Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing week 27 of the year 2023. And this is from the 3rd till the 9th of July, and it is based on moon's ingress and interaction with all the planets. We have many changes happening this week, a very crucial week again, because we have Venus's ingress in a Leo sign, and then, what is happening in Leo. This time it's going to be going back to Cancer and will be coming back to Leo again. So it's a back and forth because Venus is going to be turning retrograde also this month. And we do have Mercury's ingress in the Cancer sign. 2 nakshatra changes, that is Ketu in Chitra and Sun in Punarvasu. Yes, a very important week. Stay tuned for all the updates. And definitely, if you want to know more about all the videos, please stay tuned and do subscribe my channel so that you get all the updates from time to time for the transitory positions in the sky and how the planets are interacting with your personal chart. That is something which is very, very important. So it's like 50 to 60% of the readings will be quite matching. And if they're not, then please understand that these are general readings, and definitely your chart plays the most vital role in your Dasha. Also, please change your time zones because your timings, because this will be plus minus. The events will take place. And as you know, no event takes place at the same time when the planets are changing signs. So give them some time to settle. If they are bigger planets, so they'll take some time. Suppose Ketu is going into Chitra, so it'll take some time to get settled in Chitra. And of course, innermost planets, they don't take too long to give the results. And they are very erratic also, and they're very quick in giving the results. But yes, Venus, as you all know, every 8-year cycle, so that is something that requires attention. I'll be making a separate video of the same. Stay tuned with that as well. And this will be about the ascendant moon sign or the Dasha sign wise readings. So this is like, wherever your Dasha sign is, Antardasha sign Lord is, make that your first house, and then see from there the transitory positions, how the planets are interacting with each other. That is why moon is actually the most important one, because moon is the swiftest. And moon every 27 days will be touching upon all the signs in 27 days, all the nakshatras, all the signs one by one, and will be interacting with all the planets. So very, very important planet, that is moon. It is actually the culprit also, but at the same time, because it's our emotions, our mindset. If we are emotionless, then there's nothing, right? So if we are angry, that is also an emotion. If we are happy, that's also an emotion. If we are upset with someone, we are emotional. If we are crying for someone, that is also emotion. So we all are attached yet detached in this world. So the stronger the moon, the better your life gets, I think. So if you want to make your moon very, very strong, so start donating on the, Purnima as well as Amavasya, that is the full moon and the new moons. Do donate something or the other in whites so that, if your moon gets balanced. So if you can't chant the mantras, don't feel bad about it. That means your moon is asking you to just, stay away from mantras. Because sometimes what happens, astrologers or maybe, the clients also, when they come to me, they say that I want a mantra. But when they chant the mantra, they don't feel connected with that mantra. Or maybe, they don't feel comfortable while doing the mantras. So you should be very, very careful when you're doing or chanting the mantras. Because until and unless your moon is strong, you will not be able to master a chant. Okay. And you should wear whites more if at all you have a weak moon. So, my summary part, just in a flow, I say something or the other and explain the astrological world also. Because my main goal on this planet Earth is to impart the knowledge on astrology. I want that in every house, in every household, astrology should be studied. Because in the earlier times, everyone used to be an astrologer. In at least one person in the family used to be an astrologer, because they used to see the planets and see how the day is going to be. So earlier times, things were very, very different. We didn't have so many subjects to bank on or read. So now we have so many subjects to read and, study and acquire knowledge. So yeah, planets, stars, these are very, very, interesting subjects and depends on person to person. Of course, this is my passion and I'm pursuing it. So what exactly is happening this week? we have Venus ingress in the Leo sign, and it's going to be from the 7th of July till the 7th of August. And we do have Mercury's ingress in Cancer from the 8th till the 25th of July. And we have Ketu's ingress, of course, in because this is true nodes that I take. So Ketu is going to be ingressing in the sign of course, Libra and in Chitra Nakshatra because it moves backwards. So from Rahu's Nakshatra, now it's entering Mars's Nakshatra. So from the 8th of July till the next year, 7th of February, 2024, it's going to be in the Chitra Nakshatra. Now you will say that the dates are different, but I take the true nodes. As you all know, true nodes are very, very important because they get direct also. And mean nodes and true nodes, even if they are having some variation, the eclipses will fall on the same time and the same date. So that means there is not much difference. But yes, I do take true nodes because true nodes nodes get direct also. Then we have Sun transiting through Punarvasu Nakshatra from the 6th of July to the 20th of July. And we do have Guru Purnima. See, I made the video on the Guru Purnima last week, but yes, this is something which is going to end on the 3rd. So we some people celebrate Guru Purnima on the 2nd, but some do it on the 3rd. So please check with your priest how it is going to be, because we have to stick to the society norms. Rahu Ketu will be changing Navmansha this week also. From Gemini, Sagittarius, it is going to be a shift from there to Taurus, Scorpio sign in the Navmansha. So that is going to be from the 8th of July till the 13th of August. Okay. So this is what is going to be happening. And we have on the 4th of July, first Shravana Monday fast. So that is something which is very important again. I have given all the dates in my July video. Please do watch that. All the transitory information will be there. Also, we have Moon transiting through 4 signs this week. That is Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So please make a note of the dates, because you know how the week is going to be. If you are an astrologer, you will know that, okay, I have to plan my week if it is the Ashtama moon. So I have to be a little careful about my emotions even more. So Sagittarius, 3rd, 4th, first half. It is going to be opposite Sun and Mercury and aspected, or we can say, in trine to Jupiter, Rahu, and Mars. And then we have Capricorn ingress from the 4th latter half till the 6th first half. So that is opposite Venus. And then Venus is ingress in the, obviously in the sign of Leo, and will be opposite Moon again. So Aquarius, 6th latter half till the 8th first half. So that is where, Saturn and Venus will be opposite. And then we have a opposite Mars. And then we have in trine Sun, Ketu, and Mercury as well. So there is a lot of configuration on Aquarius sign this week. So I will be sharing my insight of the same as well. Pisces, 8th latter half till the 10th evening. So though this week is from the 3rd to the 9th of July, but I'm covering 10th evening till the 10th evening as well, because it's going to be hemmed between Rahu and Saturn and in trine to Mercury. So these are the transit positions this week. So we have many things happening, and I'm really excited to do this video. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing the screen and showing you the kundlis, 2 kundlis that I use. That is the North Indian and the South Indian chart, whichever suits you, whichever you're comfortable with, please use. I will be using North Indian kundli because I've learned that more. All right, so this is what is this week looking like. Let me just quickly share with you what all the changes are. So we know Mercury is going to be changing signs, Venus is going to be changing sign, conjunct Mars, and Moon will be transiting through these 4 signs. All right, these are the transit positions this week. So let's move on to the predictive, that is Aries natives first. So as I said, it's about Ascendant, Moon, and the Dasha, Antardasha sign Lord. Okay, so a big hello to everyone. Thank you so much for the ones who are watching me live. If you are watching me live, you must know that these are all live sessions. So if the subtitles are not there, the captions are not on, or the timestamps are not there, so please bear with me, because the video takes 24 hours to upload in the normal way. and live sessions, don't get that kind of views also for that reason, but that's okay. I'm doing it for just doing for others. Let's do for others also sometimes, not thinking about the views only all the time. All right. And as you all know that it's going to be 30K soon. So let's celebrate it. Thank you so much, my big family, my huge family. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm slow but steady, but still okay. So let's start with Aries. So for Aries natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th houses. And it's a beautiful week for you. 4 signs is going to be ingressing till the 10th. So I'm going to be giving you the readings till the 10th. And this is going to be a week where 2 planets are also changing, the signs, that is Mercury and Venus. So we do have a very powerful energy that you'll be experiencing this week. And we have moon in the 9th house to start with. So this is something, which will bring about some higher studies, some kind of higher learning. You will be upscaling yourself, upskilling, something to do with your meeting with a guru. You might be going out for dinner with your partner this week. And there can be a very strong possibility of meeting the superiors this week for a meeting, which is very, very crucial. So if at all you have anything to do with that, so please do it. And just, don't lose your patience. There can be that you lose out on your temper also this week unnecessarily. So while traveling, maybe you're a little uncomfortable. So if at all you're planning any journeys, etc., so watch out. Also, we have Venus ingress in your 5th house. Alongside we have a Mars there as well. So Mars and Venus conjunction is going to be a very powerful conjunction for romance, for lust, for lustful relationship, physical relationship, romantic association. All of that is going to get triggered, and you're going to be very, very romantic and very, very creative also. There will be too much of competitive spirit also that will be alive. And don't follow any kind of bad models, because this is going to be a negative transit otherwise. All right. And we do have some love affair which is going to trigger during this week, and any kind of mantra siddhi. If you want to go take the help of your guru, take the diksha, this is a good week for you. If you are going to be acquiring more knowledge, that is good for you. This week is meant to be doing all of that. And also there is some honor, dignity, your esteem level, which is going to be really heightened, and you might be approved of the promotion or some kind of elevation that you have been waiting for also this week. It's just that when moon is going to be in your Pisces sign, that is the 8th letter half till the 10th evening, so it is going to be hemmed between Rahu and Saturn. Just be careful about your thought process. You can be a little uneasy, or you can be more inclined towards spirituality, isolation. You might be extravagant, might be spending a lot of money, or there can be that you're going to be moving away from your place and going to the foreign land, or you will be visiting a doctor or somebody who is admitted in the hospital. You're going to be paying a visit. That is also quite likely. This is also quite likely that you're going to be going for donations. You're going to be doing some charity during this day. If at all you do so, you'll feel a little better, because moon is hemmed between Rahu and Saturn by the end of the week. So that is something which will give you some kind of relief if at all you are charitable. If you're doing for others, the more you do for others, the better you get. This is a very jumpy kind of a sign, very energetic kind of a sign as it is. You feel that you want to you're very, very childlike. These people are very childlike, because Jupiter as it is in the Aries sign will lead to that, that Jupiter is the Jiva Karaka after all. So you will be feeling those energies even more. So this is a place where when Rahu and Saturn are there, so you will feel little more towards occult, astrology, all of that. You'll be learning more. Maybe you're going to be joining a course also, could be. And there are certain, and this is also confinement. This is the house of confinement. So you might be feeling that you wanted to go out for dinner with someone and that got cancelled. So you feel little uncomfortable because of that. And also this is a sign of or place of scandals also. 8th house, 12th house, these are not considered to be good ones. So you might be having some related to this area, some negative, affairs also. So don't worry, if you're planning to go to the foreign land, so it might get little delayed. If you are doing some paperwork, etc., so it might just get a little delayed, but otherwise it is going to be forming a good connectivity, because we have a Mercury going to be in the trine to this moon, because moon is going to be in this sign from 8th. So 8th, of course, Mercury is also going to be in the Cancer sign. So we have a good combination about education. So you might be starting some new studies also. It's a good time for student natives any which ways, because you have your 2nd and 7th lord transiting the 5th house. Marriage proposals you will also get, during this week. So because Venus is also going to be transiting your 5th house. So very likely that you will be meeting your partner. And lack of bed pleasures towards the end of the week. Maybe you're expecting, but you don't get. So that is also quite possible. So I've given the moon remedy in the summary part. Please go through that. If you have a weak moon, you must be doing that. Must be doing that. Okay, because moon debilitates in your 8th house. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. Now Taurus is a sign where moon exalts. So this is also, moon is the 3rd lord. Moon being the 3rd lord exalts in the 1st house. So that means you have that emotional bent of mind, but you are more inclined to people. You are people's person, and you actually get that kind of communication, emotional communication also. Taurus is a very Taurus is a very practical sign. All the earthy signs are practical ones. They are the Kama Trikona, Artha Trikona. Sorry about that. So Artha Trikona. So if Dharma Trikona is 159, Dharma Artha is 2, 6, 10, Kama Trikona is 3, 7, 11, and Moksha Trikona is 4, 8, 12. So when moon is transiting through these, because moon is very emotional, so it can be tamed only in Taurus sign, because Taurus is a practical sign. So you might be becoming very, very practical. You might be getting inclined towards acquiring more financial growth. You must be wondering that how you can, grow, and how you can be working through your financials this week. So you are more towards that practical you. Also, there is a possibility of working through your legacies, insurance, etc. this week. You must be filing some paper. And see, this is 8th house transit is actually, a very good transit for you, especially because you acquire knowledge. You are more with books. You're going to be more towards how you can, do the research on something. So it's a very good placement if moon is in your 8th house, because it's Sagittarius sign there. Sagittarius is a sign of higher learning. So when moon transits there, moon gets much inclined towards acquiring knowledge, getting into the nitty-gritty, getting into the depth of it. Not just Virgo sign, we should consider for nitty-gritty or, getting into the depth of everything. But 8th house and Sagittarius sign there will also instigate all of that. So you will have that kind of inclination to acquire more knowledge. Think about the bigger picture this week, how you can work on your promotion, or how you can grow, how you can get that kind of, that ambition that you have, how you can be more towards name and fame, reputation. You will be considering all of this week, and you will be working more towards that. And there can be some appointments that you have to, with the seniors or with the influential people you're going to be meeting, and you're going to be deciding about your growth prospects in the future. And this is also about honors from the government, because Saturn is already there in retrogression. So this is a very beautiful time for connecting and expediting the things, because Mars is also looking here. So Mars is aspecting Saturn, and Saturn retrograde becomes Mars. As I said in all my videos, that Saturn retrograde becomes Mars, Jupiter retrograde becomes Venus, Venus retrograde becomes Jupiter, and Mercury retrograde also becomes Mars. So these are all forming a connection, and Saturn retrograde becomes Mars. So here you are getting that, all those in your favor, that you have all that enthusiasm, that, how you can explore the hidden realms, how you can, your potential, all of that you're getting, and your wishes, your ambitions are going to get fulfilled also. You can be having some success in your undertakings, and you will be quite profitable also this week as far as your financials are concerned. Okay, and you will get all the courage, boldness to convey your decisions to others also. Don't be extravagant and don't be too involved in gossiping also, because this can be that, you say something and people get, on the misleading side, and you are misinterpreted, so don't do that about it. Okay, don't go about that way. Okay, otherwise Venus is going to be ingressing your fourth house, which is definitely getting Digbala also there. Mars is losing the Digbala, but Venus is getting Digbala there. That means the directional strength. That means it is going to be giving you that kind of direction in life, how you can find the right path. So this is definitely an emotional placement. You're going to be concerned about your family also, how you can connect with your family. Some private affairs or redoing your place also is on cards. And Mars and Venus combination, as it is, brings about too much of aggression and too much of sexual urge also. So you will be connecting with the partner in a very physical as well as emotional manner. And we do have Mercury also ingressing in the sign of Cancer. Okay, Mercury in Cancer is like Moon and Mercury combination. So what happens when Moon and Mercury combination? It's like, illogical combination, I would say, because you are in that tug of war. How you communicate, how you make logical decisions when Mercury is in its own zone, or it's in the zones where he is comfortable. But when he goes and combines with this Moon, then he becomes very illogical, because Moon is what? Moon is emotions, and Mercury has nothing to do with emotions. Mercury is not friendly to Moon. The Moon is obviously Moon's sun is Buddha, is Mercury, but Mercury doesn't treat Moon as his own. So that is why, this combination is quite volatile. You might become a little aggressive. You might become a little irritable during this time, during this whole stay of 8th to the 25th of July. And of course, Sun is also going to be in Purnarvasu Nakshatra, and Ketu is also changing signs of Chitra Nakshatra. So definitely this is going to be bringing about some major breakthroughs in life. You might become very, very energetic to do the yoga, to do the workouts, sweat it out. All of that is also going to get triggered up, because Ketu is in trine to Saturn, and Mars is also in the 11th house from Ketu. So this is definitely very positive for the Ketu's ingress in Chitra, but it is not considered to be good for the ones who are not detail oriented, who are in relationship. They can have some complications, though I will be making a separate video. Stay tuned for that also. All right. So this week we do have some connection with the community, with your friends. You will be forming a good, alliance with the people who will upgrade you also in financials. So go in for those investments where you are not making decisions emotionally. Be logical, because you can go a little emotional and get carried away also. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. So for Gemini natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th houses. And this is a very good time for, because this is the house of union that Moon is going to be transiting through. So this is very good for partnership business, in your relationship, you will get quite close to your partner. The conjugal life or the conjugal bliss you'll be enjoying, as it is Venus is going to be in the Leo sign. So it's a volatile energy after all. See, it's like the fiery energy. Venus is the boiling water. So when Venus is in trying to Moon here, when Venus and Moon are also forming a connection, because Venus is in Cancer sign till the time Moon is in Sagittarius. So you will feel quite emotional about your family members. You have to look after your health to start with. Don't eat anything which, gives you some stomach related problems. Take care of your diet. Also, Moon is going to be in your 8th house. For Gemini natives, when Moon is transiting the 8th house, it is sort of a Sarasati like results also, because Saturn is in the next house. So it's like, you will feel quite uneasy during this time to make decisions. Health related issues you can have, but at the same time, you will be feeling a little relaxed, because you're going to be getting that kind of treatment that you're looking for, because Ketu is going to be transiting the nakshatra of Chitra. Chitra is basically, a very artistic nakshatra. So if you will have that kind of image, you will definitely attract the positive energy. If you have the negative image, you will have negative energy, on your mind. So you should be very positive, because Gemini natives have that energy to attract negatives and positives even more. With Saturn retrograde, Saturn is retrograding in your ninth house. It's inching back towards the eighth. So you, any which ways, have to be very, very positive. Or if you are negative, then, you will be actually experiencing the negatives more. So be positive and things will definitely fall in place. Also, eighth house is about insurance, about emotions, about practicality also. It's like a tug of war. Eighth house is that kind of a, because it's a Capricorn sign. Capricorn is a practical sign, Artha Trikona, as I said. So you have to be really careful about your financials, about insurance, about your health. These factors you have to consider, and don't make hasty decisions related to your finance, related to your health also. Eat right. Also, moon is going to be over your Saturn. That is going to be on the sixth latter half till the eighth first half. So that is where, there is Mars and Venus combination also right opposite this moon. And we have Sun, Mercury in trine. We have Rahu also in, in the, Rahu is not looking, though Ketu is in trine as well. So this is like, the Aquarius sign is going to be really, really active here when moon is transiting and is over Saturn. So many planets are actually forming a connection with this moon. So you will have lots to do. So the best is to acquire knowledge, because it's the ninth house energy. Ninth house is the house of wisdom, faith, divine, worship, fortune, philosophy. So you might be writing something, you'll be very philosophical this day. You might be taking your family out for dinner. That is also quite likely. You are going to be actually, on the path of Dharma. You will be following that Dharma path. Or you will have some kind of connection with your, knowledge, because, the Kumbha, what is the symbol of Kumbha? It is thin from the top and it is, very huge from the bottom. That means there is a lot of, you have that kind of, knowledge, in-depth knowledge. That is why it is the water. Water is what? Emotions, your knowledge, you're distributing knowledge also. So learn and distribute. That's what you're born for, actually, because you have a Aquarius sign in your ninth house. You must give someone some kind of knowledge. You are here to teach, basically. Gemini sign is also, the sign of teaching as well. So you have Aries in your 11th house. Rahu and Jupiter are there. So you might have some kind of issues to resolve with your friends. Or maybe you are detaching away from your friends. You're now putting on the glasses which are not glam glasses. Now you're getting the glasses who will give you the practical approach to life. Who's who, what's happening. And Jupiter, Rahu are in trine to Mars and Venus, and Ketu is in Chitra Nakshatra. Can you see? Ketu is in Chitra Nakshatra, ruled by Mars, and in Libra sign, which is ruled by Venus. So Venus and Mars are going to be together. So this is like going to be bringing about a lot of physical desires. You're going to be having a lot of inclinations. You will be actually very creative and making bigger picture in your mind, that you have bigger goals to achieve now. So all of that, spiritual pursuits also will increase with Ketu, because you're now making a picture. Chitra is Chitra. Chitra means picture. Okay. So you're going to be enjoying this week for all of these, but yes, you're going to be following the path of the divine, the right path. Only then you will attain the success that you are waiting for. Don't follow the wrong path or the unfair means. Okay. And you will be also connecting with some, someone who is, at the workplace. You will be looking for that code of conduct. You will be expecting others to cooperate, and this is the time for success also. You might be getting promotion. You might be meeting somebody who during this week who is going to be recommending you. So good numbers you'll be getting, and you'll be actually enjoying the positives at the workplace also this week. So enjoy that time, but follow the right path, because Saturn is transiting your ninth house. Be careful about all of that as well. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Cancer. Now your ruler, Cancer people, is Moon, and Moon's ingress is very, very important for Cancer natives. For you, It's the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th house ingress of moon this week, and Venus is going to be changing signs. Mercury is also going to be changing signs this week. Sun is going to be changing nakshatra. Ketu is going to be changing nakshatra. So I have given in the summary part all the details, the dates also. So make a note. Now, in the Kendra, you have a Jupiter, you have a Rahu and Ketu, and the Lord of Jupiter, the Lord of your 6th and your 9th is in the 10th house. So this is a very good time for changing your job. Moon is ingressing your 6th house. It's a very good time to put forward your papers and your creative energies or your skills or your ideas in front of your bosses and seniors, and then see how well they will accept it all. So this is a beautiful week to start all of that. Be in that routine, fitness regime. Follow that diet. Don't leave your your path, because you will attain that kind of success only when you do for others, when you are following the right path. Don't be lazy. All of that is the highlight and the theme of this week. Also, moon will be transiting your 7th house. 7th house is the house of bondage, union, litigation also, the break-in agreement we see from 6th and 7th houses, agreement and break-in agreement we see from these two. So how is your conjugal life, whether you're breaking away or you're just, trying to be together? So that effort you have to put in during this week. Also, this is the time when you will be, excuse me, you will be having a lot of, interest in your, towards your health, how you can improve on your health, how you can improve on your diet. So all of that. Don't have oily, greasy food, because Mars is in the 8th house from the 7th. So you have to take care of your health and your partner's health. If at all you have your business partner, your life partner, your friend, your romantic partner, all of that you have to be a little extra careful about, because Mars is looking at your 5th house also. So you have to take care of your partner. If you're in relationship, your children also. You have to be actually moving away from, if you are thinking of, you can be moving away from the place where you are right now. You are thinking of a change already. So that change is going to be there as well. So this week, so many changes are happening. So it could be that you're going to be following that path of research. You're going to be research oriented, occult sciences. You might be just taking up the courses, some courses. You will be getting that decision now. Okay, I have to do this, because Mercury is going to be over your 1st house after all. So you might be having good business ideas now. Okay, floating. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. So this is a very crucial week. You'll be meeting such people where you will be deciding about your next step to move forward, how you can plan your retirement, how you can plan your future. All of that is on your mind, because it's the 8th house also ingress of moon this week. So moon is going to be in your 8th house over Saturn. So this is also good for occult sciences, about research, about planning something big, being practical. Now you're going to be actually working through those areas as well. And maybe, you're thinking of some, we can say, something to do with your, legacies, insurance, pension, gratuity, etc. Just be careful when you're driving, because, you have to be cautiously driving. The combinations are such, some volatile combinations, because we have a Ketu in Chitra Nakshatra in the 4th house also. So that's something that you have to be careful about while driving, because this is an accident prone, because it's in the 4th house of vehicles also. So be careful about all of that. And Mars and Venus combination is also like vehicles, any accident, news of accident, when we hear when vehicles, road rage, etc., because Venus and Mars have to be together or somewhere. And Ketu is also in Venus's sign in Chitra Nakshatra. So again, Mars and Venus combination. So this is a very volatile combination. So one must be very careful about driving, about travels, etc. Be careful. Whatever has to happen, we cannot avoid that, but still we have to be a little cautious. Moon is going to be lastly in the 9th house of yours. So this is the house of higher learning, and you will be actually, because in the Pisces sign, it is hemmed between Rahu and Saturn. And it is in trine to Mercury, because Mercury will be in the 1st house of yours. So this is the time when you will feel that you need more knowledge. You want to work through the, divine worship. You want to, your faith, your wisdom, your knowledge that enhances, but you feel little uneasy because, you're not getting that kind of support. You feel that you want to teach, you want to learn more, you want to do things, but you're tied up because the luck factor is, actually tied up. So that needs wings. So the moment, Rahu is leaving the 10th house, then it is in your 9th house. So things will actually get better for you because the luck will be expanded with Rahu's energy in the Pisces sign. So things are going to get better because in the Kendra, malefic grahas transiting there is not considered to be a good transit. So when Rahu will be leaving the zone, so you will feel better. But to start with, you must actually, try to break free. You have to put that effort. Okay, I have to write this book. I have to do this. Yes, I have to, plan my future now only. I have to teach someone. I have to acquire knowledge. All of that, is on your mind. So you will definitely be getting that as well. Any kind of charity is advisable when you are, having Rahu and Saturn on the either sides. So be careful and things will be definitely better. Some foreign journeys you're going to be planning, but you might be postponing the travels because there is this Saturn retrograde also in your 8th house. Coming to the next one, that is Leo. So for Leo natives, this moon is going to be transiting through your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th houses this week. So 5th house transit is very good for romance, for relationship, for education, for meeting your children if they are away from you, or also, you will be having a lot of creative energies this week. So 5th house is also the house of recreation, entertainment. So you might be taking your children out, or you might be taking your family out. If you're single, then you might be just, going out and watching a movie, etc. Or some kind of fun activities you'll be involved in, some hobbies, etc. You'll be taking up. And this also brings about good it gives you inclination towards mantra chanting also, mantra siddhi, because moon is going to be in your 5th house. So that is something which you will be inclined to. And also this is the house of wisdom and creativity. So you might just pursue something which maybe, you'll be painting, you'll be dancing, you'll be writing a script, something like that. All this will get activated. And as it is, here, it is going to be opposite Sun and Mercury. And it is also going to be in trine to Rahu and Jupiter and Mars from the 1st house. It's going to be in the trine to this. So the energies are pretty heightened. It's an expansive energy. Your ex might come into your life also because Mars is your 9th lord after all, and Jupiter is aspecting the 9th or your 5th house. So it might bring about the ex back because Rahu is conjunct Jupiter, quite likely, because you are going to be quitting your karma with that person. So it might be that you'll be getting that opportunity also. Some new relationship might trigger also. Maybe, student natives are going to be planning their onward journeys overseas. Children are going to be planning their overseas journeys for education, quite likely. Moon will be transiting your 6th house. That is on the 4th letter half till the 6th first half. So it will be opposite Venus in the 6th house. It is because Venus is going to be in the Cancer sign then. So it's obviously in the Kandanta also. Venus is going to be on the verge of changing signs. So this is the time when you will be having a lot of friction with your uncle, aunt, or, somebody in the hospital you have to visit. So you're feeling a little uncomfortable. Bed pleasures might be, getting active here also. 12th house is the house, 6th house is the house of getting into the nitty-gritty of everything, details of everything. So you will be maybe, getting in the depth of your work, or you'll be overloaded with work. You might be having some conversation with your subordinates. You're going to be delegating authority and the work, and you will be also working through your debts, loans, and maybe you're going to be visiting a doctor if you are unwell. So all of that is getting triggered up, and your maternal uncle maybe, might be visiting you, seeing you, or you'll be asking for loan from him, or you're going to be, he might be coming and paying you off the loan or the debt that he has taken. Okay. Take care of your health routine, fitness routine, eat right, sleep on time. All of that is also getting, active. Also, there is a possibility of getting into the zone where you will be thinking about growth. Because you're going to be very calculative now, how you can uplift yourself, how you can enhance yourself at the workplace. So all of that is also running through your mind. Moon will be over your Saturn, that is in Aquarius sign, from the 6th letter half till the 8th first half. And here Saturn and Venus combination, of course, and Saturn combination with Moon, and Mars and Venus right opposite in your Lagna. So there is a lot of tug of war going on, because Mars, Venus, here Saturn and Moon. So these two quarter days are going to be really, really, something. Because here in the seventh house, this is the house of relationship. How maybe your partner gets very serious, you get very serious in relationship, you are working through the contract marriage or something like that, or maybe you're going to be parting ways. There is some conjugal bliss which is missing. There is some possibility of a change coming in your relationship, the chemistry and the bonding, or you will be meeting a potential partner. You will be getting in that relationship zone. Maybe, you're working through all of that also during this time. But because seventh house significations are going to work, no? So seventh house significations is house of union, house of earthly ties, legal bondage, and partner, your partner in business, conjugal life, litigation, influence of in foreign countries and reputation achieved there. So this is the time when you will have some complications in the overseas lands. You will not feel the connectivity that well connected you. But thankfully, Venus is going to be in the Lagna. So that is something which is going to give you some relief. You're going to be feeling better. Maybe, you will be meeting your partner during this time. The ex might come back to your life. So you will be feeling a little better. You'll be relaxed. Or maybe you'll be meeting the separation from your wife was there. So now you're going to be meeting your wife, because Venus is the female counterpart. So you will meet the female counterparts in the family, your mother, your sister, your daughter, your wife, all of that, or your uncle, your aunts, etc. So you will be getting connected to them. But Mars is there in the Lagna. Don't lose your patience. Don't lose your mind, because you have to be very, very calm here. And also in trying to this Aquarius sign. See, Aquarius is heavily, heavily impacted because Ketu is in trine, Saturn is there, Mars and Venus are there right opposite, and there's a Sun also in the 11th house. So 11th sign is getting heavily impacted here. So that means that if at all you have to make any kind of change, because it's a Kendra, so this is the time which is forming a Sasa Yoga also. So make the change now. This is going to be an important phase for you. This week is very important, with Venus also increasing there. So definitely at your workplace, there are some changes. Travels might increase. So make all of that, your theme of this transits this week, especially. Moon will be transiting through Pisces 8th letter half and the 10th evening, and will be hemmed between Rahu and Saturn, and in trine to Mercury, because Mercury is going to be in the Cancer sign. From here, it is going to be hemmed. Yes. So when the 8th house gets impacted, so this is a very good time for research. This is a very good time for tax, learning about taxes, learning about working through your legacies, inheritances. So this is going to be the time when you will be don't get bogged down, because it's the 12th sign after all here in the 8th house. So the divinity in Leos is inherent, because they are having the Pisces sign in the 8th house, is the house of death, and then rising from the ashes. It's like that. So you have to go through that again and again and again. You will go into the obstacles, hindrances, and ends, and then you will start again. It's like ends, and then again you have to start. So because it's the 8th house after all. Okay, and 8th house when has the last sign, so definitely it is going to be starting again. So the luck factor enhances. So you will rise, and you will gradually again pick up. So don't worry, when there are endings, there are definitely beginnings also. So it's a gradual thing, but you will definitely be getting better with time. And with the Rahu energy here, so Rahu when comes to your 8th house, take care of your health at that time. But otherwise, it is going to be definitely giving you some relief also. Okay, so this is the week for you, and good for children, good for student natives, because they're going to be getting the news about foreign journeys, foreign overseas, and higher studies also. Okay, that's it, I think, for Leo. Let's move on to Virgo. All right, so for Virgo natives, I have made a separate video on Saturn. Saturn, when transits through the, in retrogression, it is going to be giving the results of its Karka significator place, that is the 8th house from there. So 8th house becomes your Lagna, that is a Virgo sign. So for you, this is a very, very important week, because Moon is going to be transiting through your 4th, 5th, and 6th houses this week. And these are all good places for moon. 4th house moon gets Digbala also. So you will be getting connected with your family members. You will be maybe home with your mother. You'll be discussing some affairs, private affairs of yours, and domestic environment, secret life, vehicles. You might be just, working through your academic education, or maybe, you're going to be redoing your place this week. Also, when moon is going to be in the Sagittarius sign from third, fourth, first half. So this is going to be opposite Sun and Mercury also, and is going to be in us in trine to Rahu and Jupiter, as well as Mars. Okay, from the Leo sign. So 159, that is the Dharma Trikona. So you have to be very, very, you have to be on your toes to perform your dharma. You don't have to leave the right path. Don't follow the unfair means. Okay. And if at all you are Rahu and Jupiter in the 8th house, means you are going to be performing well in consultancy jobs, or you are going to be doing well in your occult sciences, astrology, etc. So this is a good time for doing so, because Venus is also going to be in the 12th house. Venus in the 12th house is definitely a good placement, though it's a Leo sign with Mars, but surely a good placement because Venus exalts there. So this is going to be leading to more of connection with the overseas people. You might be traveling overseas because 9th lord is after all going to the 12th house, and it is good for your success rate also in the overseas lands. You'll be making good amount of money as well. Just take care of your dental region, your face region. There can be some, acne you have to go through. So take care of your skin as well. Also, your 7th house is afflicted. It's hemmed between two malefics. So you have to be extra cautious, because 7th house and Virgo sign both are hemmed between malefics. I've made a separate video also on the same. So when your Virgo and Pisces get afflicted, it's like, you will have, you have to, work on yourself, on your immunity levels, because it's after all the 6th sign of the natural zodiac. So you have to take care of your health. So you must have some little amount on loan. You should take a loan and keep repaying that loan gradually, so that you are able to perform well in your health, in your, disease, and maybe, whatever, your enemies are, whosoever are your enemies, you'll be able to combat them also, the competitive view. So that is something which is very essential. And when it is Pisces sign, so, which is hemmed between malefic, so this is also the house of hospitalization, the confinement. So you have to be extra cautious about your health again. Your partner's health, you have to be cautious about. Don't waste your money. Don't be extravagant, and don't feel because it's as it is, 12th sign is a sign of confinement, hospitalization, seclusion, isolation, jail, prison, and it's hemmed between, to top it all, between the malefic Saturn and Rahu. So any which ways you have to take care of your, your mental setup. This is not a good combination. I've not seen anybody experiencing wherever their Pisces sign is. So you have to be cautious about your relationship, because in relationship, you're feeling suffocated. This can be a break in agreement, means breaking free, just moving away from your partner, because Mars is also looking at your 6th house. Saturn is already there. So and Ketu is also in trine to Saturn. So this is not a good combination, when Saturn, Mars, Ketu, all the malefics are looking at your 6th house. So, but not to discourage you, Venus is well positioned, and Sun is also well positioned. Mercury is also going to be well positioned. See, when I give you the negative prediction, I'm just forewarning you. So take it in a stride. And then, there are some positives also attached to the planets, because there are, after all, more malefic planets in the horoscope than the positive grahas. Remember, moon is also, a weak planet. Then Mercury behaves wherever he sits. So rest of the planets are all, and Jupiter is already in Rahu Ketu axis. So you have to be working through all of these energies. You have to make things positive yourself. And how you can make yourself positive? You have to think positive. You have to attract positive energies, rather than brooding over the spilt milk. Oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do that in my life. Regret, repentance, and all the time you're thinking about the negatives. You will not get anything out of it. It's just gone. Gone is gone. Bygones. So you have to be thinking about your future, plan everything well, plan your investments well, plan your journeys from now. If you're planning to go overseas, this is a good week for all of that. Maybe you will find the potential partner. Maybe you will be, also working through your diet, your health, your fitness, all of that you have to uplift also. You have to enhance all of that as well. Okay. And so this is what this week is about. So make sure that you are, having some loan, as I said, and study more, enhance your, the grip on your education, because eighth house, when Rahu is there, so you must get into the depth of everything and expand those energies, like learn from, because Jupiter is there, the higher, knowledge. And Rahu is also knowledgeable, remember. It is also equally expansive, but it might be that you might just be learning something unconventional, because Rahu is unconventional, thinking out of the box. So you might be doing something which is not from your lineage, from your own, sources. You will be doing something very different out of the league. Okay, so that's good. Whatever subjects your parents have not done, maybe you'll be doing, your ancestors have not done, you'll be doing. Okay, be more, into donations, get more charitable, and get connected with foreigners and some people who will help you from the foreign lands. Or if you can't connect with the foreign lands, so at least be charitable. Okay, and do for your siblings. Your siblings might be traveling overseas also, quite likely. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Libra. So for Libra natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your third, fourth, fifth, sixth houses. So third house is the house of travel, mental inclination, ability, intellect, how your inclination towards education is, how you want to, complete your task, selling of property, also, valor, your valor, your courage, your risk-taking ability, all of that, younger brothers, sisters, all that we see from here. And your correspondence, your neighbors, your immediate, immediate circle that we see from the third house, your arms, we see the arms also from here. So that means you will be getting all the support, your help, the people who are around you, they'll be supporting you. This is a good time for, working on your health related issues, maybe the thyroid or the throat or the lungs region, if you're having any kind of shoulder blade, if you're having all of that troubling you, so it might just aggravate or it might just subside depending on your personal horoscope. So this is also a good time for short journeys, travels. If at all you are working, with your colleagues, you might be traveling with your colleagues. You're working through your immediate circle. You're going to be working through your acquiring of knowledge, also uplifting yourself. So this is also the time for showing some courage now. It's like, you have been lacking to make decisions. So now you can, because in trine, we have a Jupiter, Rahu, and Mars as well. And Venus is also going to be there, of course. So this is a very positive time for doing anything related to these zones. So Moon will be in your Kendra, also in your fourth house. And of course, we have on the fourth letter half and till the sixth first half, and it's going to be opposite Venus here. So Venus, of course, Venus is going to be in the Gandanta. So you have to be taking care of your relationship at the workplace, with people, with the female counterparts. It is a transitional phase. Your Lagnesh is in the fourth house, in the 10th house, of course. And this might be bringing about some uneasiness at the workplace also. Maybe some female counterparts are just, conspiring against you. So be careful about all of that. And take the help of your, your female counterparts at home, you trust. So maybe your mother, your sister, your daughter, if you can just, take their advice, their help to understand the issue, they'll be guiding you better. We have a Mars and Saturn opposition, with Venus also transiting there, and Moon is also going to be in the Aquarius sign. Ketu is in trine, Mercury and Sun are in trine. So there's a lot of energy which is revolving around this zone, of the Aries sign energies. Ketu, Saturn, Mercury, Sun. Moon is also transiting. Mars is right opposite. So you have all the possibilities of some X coming into your life. You are going to be more inclined towards children, progeny. You have some, artistic talents that you have to show. Your creative energies are going to be very strong. Recreation time. You might be getting into entertainment zone. There can be that you meet your children and play with them, fun time, fun activities. And also this is a very good time for tantra and mantra siddhi, mantra siddhi, because Saturn is also there. So it's very, very, very good for you as far as your religious mindset is concerned. And anything to do with your maybe fifth house is for romance. So you can expect somebody coming, some matured person coming into your life also. Saturn is retrograde. So this is a yoga karagra, very positive for you. In case you have anything to do with some spiritual practices, this is a good time. And anything to do with your home affairs, private affairs, you can be doing from fourth letter half till the sixth first half, and then sixth letter half to the eighth first half is the time to actually do for yourself. When you're doing for your family, then you come out and you become a child like yourself. If you are not having children, you become childlike, you become very romantic, you become very creative, because fifth house is getting heavily impacted and active. So you will be very procreative, you will be very much productive here. Okay, so don't procrastinate, do your thing, and just go ahead with it. Anything to do with your education, anything to do with amusement, entertainment, going to the cinema, watching movies, all of that you're going to be doing. So don't waste your time much, because I am not in favor of all of that, but that's okay, it's your personal taste. Everybody knows what they are doing. So just do your thing, but don't waste more time on sixth letter half till the eighth first half. Then we have a moon transiting through your sixth house, eighth letter half till the 10th evening, and it's going to be hemmed between Rahu Ketu and in trine to Mercury. So this is the time when you will be having you might feel a little bored, uneasy, or maybe you're having some health issues to deal with. Mars is also looking at Pisces, so you might be having some litigations, etc., that you have to go through. Not a good time to file the divorce or file the separation or file any kind of litigation, or getting into the legal affairs. Maybe this will be a good time if you can work out, if you can just look after your health, and don't give any hand loan to anybody. You might not just get it back. And this is also the time when you can be quite connected with your maternal uncle, aunt. So this is they might just come to rescue, they might just help you out. All right. This is also a very, I have seen, with the Mars and Venus conjunction in your 11th house, this is going to be a very good time for getting connected with your society, your friends, your family. And you will be having your wish fulfillment also, desire fulfillment, and travels. Seventh Lord is forming a connection with the Lagnesh, after all, in the 11th house in the trine. So this is a very positive time for, overall prosperity, about profits, wealth generation, and connecting with your elder brother. Take his blessings. Also recovery from illness, because it's the sixth from sixth. So you will get the recovery, because it's also the fifth from the seventh. So this might be a good time for your children also. Indirectly, directly, this is your fifth house for your partner. So this is a good time for your partner's growth and productivity as well. Okay, so this is what the week looks like. We have a Jupiter Rahu in the Kendra, no change there, and we have a Mercury transiting through your Kendra and Venus exiting your Kendra. So we have a Mercury in your 10th house. So this is going to be giving you a lot of communication at the workplace, and you might be making certain decisions related to travels, related to some documentation. You might be just, signing some agreements, and you will be growing as far as your, work is concerned, because Mercury is a Shubha Graha for Libra natives, friendly Graha, and Saturn is as well. So this is a beautiful week for all of those reasons. But at the same time, you have to take care of your health, because your Libra, as well as your Virgo, as well as your Pisces sign are hemmed between malefics. So you have to take care of your health, you have to take care of your fitness, you have to eat right, sleep on time. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is the sign where moon debilitates. I always say so. But it doesn't mean that it's negative, because debilitation I always consider positive, because when you will be at your lowest then only you will start from scratch and go up. There is then no going down, when you're already down there. So now here moon is going to be in your second, third, and fourth houses this week. And second house is actually about your money matters. It's also your fortune, about your, because it's your ninth sign here. So this is also like, your fortune getting uplifted. So you're thinking about growth, you're thinking about financials to start with, third, fourth, first half. So you're going to be more concerned about your financial growth and how you can be more secured, how you can be investing more, or maybe you're going to be spending on your books, etc. Learning more, acquiring more knowledge. This is also about your bonds, your securities, and your maybe investments also. You're thinking about how you can park your funds, etc. So you will get that kind of, you should take that kind of advice, and then you should move ahead. You are going to be quite charitable here, and you're going to be doing things which will help your family also. So that's maybe connected to your family. You might be very involved in your family matters. Okay. And then moon will be transiting through your third house. And in the third house, we have from fourth latter half till the sixth first half, and we will be having a Venus opposite this, and Venus is in Gandanta after all, in the ninth house. So this might just bring about some issues related to your mental health. Maybe you're going to be very, very imaginative. You can go wild. You can be very, courageous and bold to make decisions. You might just be thinking about things which you have not thought from a long time. You might get connected to your siblings, your friends. You will feel that the communication is the key. So you might be very communicative also. You might get that kind of support from your siblings also. But at the same time, this Venus being in Gandanta, your 12th Lord being in Gandanta, might bring about some complications while travels. So you have to be, if you can avoid, 1 or 2 days when Venus is in that transition mode. So that will be better for you for education purposes, especially, and for investment purposes also. And this might just bring about some signing of agreements, signing of documents, because moon in the third house is also the writings, the telegraphs, the post or the correspondence, whatever, these days, Instagram, etc., social media. So all of that is seen from the third house. So this might just bring about some signing of contracts. Also be a little careful about it. Don't just get carried away and make wrong choices and wrong decisions, because here in the Capricorn sign, we have a Gandanta Venus looking here. Okay, so be careful, then you'll be fine. And this is the ninth house from the seventh, which is ruled by Venus again. So this might be difficult times for your partner for, higher studies, etc., or for travels, as a matter of fact, because it's the ninth from the seventh. Also, moon will be transiting through your fourth house, which is forming a Sastri Yoga by Saturn, which is retrograde, of course, from the sixth latter half till the eighth first half. And Saturn will be right opposite this Mars and Venus, because Venus will also be ingressing there and will be in Gandanta to start with. So Venus, Saturn, Mars combination, and then we have a trine of Sun and Mercury also working here, because and Ketu. So Ketu, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, as well as we have a Mars and Venus right opposite. So it's a beautiful combination which is happening in the Kendra. So it'll trigger a lot many things related to your work, related to your home front changes. This might just trigger something to do with your domestic environments, your private affairs. You might be just building your property, you might be buying, selling, you redoing your place. This might just bring about some honor, dignity, promotion at the workplace. Also transfers is also quite likely this week. So your ambitions are going to be fulfilled. You have a lot of goals which you have set. So this is a good time for doing all of that also. Good for occult sciences. Some revelations will be made. Some secrets will be revealed this week. So be alert. Also, moon will be ingressing your Pisces sign from the eighth latter half till the 10th evening, and will be hemmed between Saturn and Rahu. So that is something, which you, in your relationship, you might feel suffocated, because fifth house is hemmed, and then is 11th house, which is hemmed. So when fifth house is hemmed between malefics, you might be having your children might be feeling little suffocated. They are not able to make decisions. They are lacking the knowledge. They're putting the hard work, but they're not getting that kind of a result. You might be feeling that you are not, getting that success in your love affairs, in your romance. You feel quite suffocated in that also. Fifth house is hemmed. It is like, it's like in the clutches of two planets, which are negative grahas. Though Saturn is leaving the zone, it's going backwards. So Saturn retrograde has given you some relief. You're rethinking about your relationships, But at the same time, this is not a good time to make decisions related to your your relationship, your investments, because 11th house is also hem between malefic. So you have to be cautiously doing things now. Your spiritual practice also, you have to be very much involved in the mantras, etc. So that, when you're confined, what happens? You should enhance yourself. You should upgrade yourself. I keep repeating this. These might be repetitions, but I follow them myself. So that is why I'm conveying, and I've seen results. So when you feel that you're not able to do much, be productive. When you're not able to, when you're tied up, when you're stagnant, when you're just in one place, so the best is to upgrade yourself. Keep upskilling yourself. All right. And of course, 11th house is also hemmed. So your friends, your community you move around in, maybe they are not doing well, or you get bad news from them. You feel a little suffocated in conveying things to them. But at the same time, this will bring about some newness in you. You will get to know the new perspective. You will get to see the new perspective. You will experience something new and different. Now you will be understanding who's who, what's happening. Okay. The glam glasses are going to be off, and now you're going to be wearing the practical glasses, and you will get to know what exactly is there in the relationship you're serving. All right. So this moon will be giving you some newness this time. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. So anything that I miss out on, please let me know. These are live sessions, so I can just incorporate something different if you want, or maybe something which I missed out on, so I will just incorporate. And now here, what is happening for Sagittarius native moon is going to be in your first, second, third, and it's going to be in the lastly fourth house. So first house is the house of physical stature. You might be changing your physicality. You might be just working on your looks, on your persona, and you might be just working on your vitality and vigor. Maybe you're popping in more vitamins. The best part about this moon in the first house is that tame those negative emotions of yours, because whenever moon is in the first house, you become overly emotional. You make wrong decisions, wrong choices. People will tell you something, you will take it otherwise. So the best is to keep a constant check on your emotions and see which is taking you to the right path. You have a gut feeling, which will guide you through. So that gut feeling you have to actually, brush up. You can't get it easily. You have to meditate. You have to spend more alone time. You have to hear that inner voice. You have to that silence is required around you. Even if people are talking, I'm not talking about that silence, the peace, the silence, that those energies which actually are, you can reflect. So you have to spend more time on hearing that voice which is saying something to you. So what happens when moon is in the first house, you will definitely get that chance also. So this is also the time when you will be very emotional about your relationship, about the people, about yourself. You might be just thinking about growth, how you feel very frustrated, also stagnant. So you want to just grow. You want to just plan everything so well that the future is bright. As it is, this is the ninth sign of the natural zodiac. Sagittarius, ninth house of the natural zodiac, which is in the first house. So you must acquire more knowledge during this time. Especially, you will be thinking about growth. You will be thinking about how you can be more philosophical, how you can be more charitable, how you can be more adventurous. All those will be running through your head. Also take care of your head region. Okay, the thoughts should not supersede and take you to another negativity, the negative side of this. The moon will be transiting through your second house. Second house is the house of money matters, fortune, profit, gains or losses. One's power and resources we see from the second house. And this might bring about expenditures when moon is transiting there. Moon is your eighth lord after all. Transiting your second house might bring about some legacies, inheritance you'll be working through. Maybe you're discussing some securities, or your family is discussing about splitting away, and some disputes arise, and you're just deciding about some inheritance, and we divide it and all. Okay, the property and the assets, etc. So that division happens because, as it is, Saturn is retrograde and it's moving backwards towards Capricorn sign, as we have in Saravali, it's written, in Uttara Kalamrit, it's written. So All of these we have to be keeping a constant check on. Also in Capricorn, from fourth latter half to the sixth first half, we are having Venus in Gandanta opposite this moon. Venus in eighth house is not considered to be that bad a placement, but it is going to be in Gandanta. So you will be having a lot of volatile energy. At the same time, you'll be very emotional. There's a tug of war going on in you. So you have to balance things now. It's up to you how you balance things. Because when Venus is in Gandanta, see, I consider this Gandanta for the babies born during this time. So when the planets are in Gandanta, we must do the rituals so that, they don't, they should not have a struggleful life. Especially it's in the eighth house, so this might bring about complications in relationship for this baby who's born later in the later future. Okay, so take care and do the rituals, perform some pujas, so that the babies are not in that inauspicious timing. Okay, the inauspiciousness just gets eradicated. Also, moon is going to be in Aquarius sign from sixth latter half to the eighth first half. And can you see so much of energy is there in the Aries signs? That is the Kama Trikona, that is 3, 7, 11 signs. So with Saturn and Moon in the Aquarius sign, Mercury and Sun in the seventh house, and Ketu in the 11th house, and right opposite is Mars and Venus. So there is a lot of energy on the third house. So anything to do with your mental inclination. Now, what is your mental ability? You will be able to actually work on. What is the potential energy that you have? That potential that people can't see. You will be able to assess that now. What is it that I am good at? So all of that you should utilize now. It's a very good time. Get connected with your siblings, your neighbors, your friends, and this will be a good transit for you. And also communicate in a very serious manner, not just a superficial way. You are going to be getting into the in-depth of everything, because Saturn is there after all. Because Kumbha is as it is, the Kumbha, the Aquarius sign, the symbol is the Kumbha, the picture. So it is broad from the bottom. So that is why, it has so much to hide, so much of knowledge, in-depth knowledge. So this is a good time to acquire more knowledge, how you can be getting in that zone of correspondence in a very refined manner, in a very matured and a practical manner. This is a good time. Also, this might bring about some travels, short journeys this week, and it can be that you're going to be signing some contracts, some agreements. And at the workplace, you will be having some kind of meetings, presentations you're going to be working on as well. Also, this will be the time when you will have some bodily pains. So take care. Saturn and Mars opposition gives pains in the bones, and also some blood related issues also. So take care of all of that. Also, Moon is going to be transiting your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of mother, your private affairs, your secret affairs, in fact, also your childlike energies. And also this is the house you live in. So you are home confined, maybe you're working or redoing your work, you're renovating your place, because Saturn and Rahu are on the either side of Pisces, and Ketu and Mars are on the either side of your Virgo sign, that is the 10th house. So you are having these 4 signs active right now, and Pisces and Virgo are getting afflicted because of that. So the best is, when you are having this, when signs or planets are hemmed between malefics. So this is like a energy where you are in clutches of something. You can't do anything, right? You feel that you are just stuck. So the best is to don't waste time at that time. Just learn more. Okay, the best is to learn more. So now you will have a lot of time to upgrade your knowledge, your education, because 4th house is the house of your education also. Maybe you'll be redoing your house. You should spend more time with your family during this time. Also, there can be that some new avenues open at the workplace. You have to work long hours because you're actually having Mars and Ketu on the either side. So you will be definitely, having all the energies at the workplace. You will be just, when you have these two planets, that means the workload is going to increase this week. So definitely you're not changing, you're not going home, you're not spending too much time there, with people. This might be bringing about a lot of workload, but at the same time, you have a fourth house affliction also. So this might bring about some changes in the house also. So, or learning more. Maybe, you have to show yourself, you have to prove yourself at the workplace. So you're just spending more time studying, upgrading yourself, your knowledge. Okay. So that is something which this Kendras are getting active. Also, moon is going to be in the fourth house of yours, and then Mars and Venus conjunction in your fifth house, in your ninth house, sorry, and Mercury is also going to be in your eighth house. Eighth house dosha is not there for Mercury, but surely Venus will be out of your eighth house and will be in your ninth. So this is also a good time for upgrading your financials. This is also the Lord of the 11th and the 6th. So this might bring about some connection with your friends, your family, your community you move around in. Your wishes and desires will get fulfilled. Luck is by your side. So this is a good time for spending with your people, and it is like fulfillment of desires, because 11th Lord is in the 11th places away from itself. And this is a good transit for you. I will make a separate video on the same, of course, because Venus is going to be going retrograde also. So that requires attention and will be going backwards to your Cancer sign later. So this is what is this week looking like. It's not, it's going to be giving you mixed results, I would say. So don't think that, you are stuck. You don't think like that, because when you feel that you're stuck, that means you are just, not moving ahead. You're just stopping there. And this is a very good time for student natives. In fact, students, for children of yours, it's a good time. They'll be very productive. Okay. So yeah, this is what is happening with the Sagittarius this week. So coming to the Capricorn sign, and you all know these are all live sessions. So please bear with me if all the timestamps or the rest of the things are delayed, the captions, etc. So for Capricorn natives, moon is going to be in your 12th, first, second, and third houses this week. And in the 12th house, you feel that you are in that isolation mode. You just don't want to meet people. You want to maybe, work alone, or you have worked a lot. Now you want to just relax. So that is what will happen from the third, fourth, first half. So where, there is an opposition of Sun Mercury also, and there is an aspect of Jupiter Rahu as well. So this is a good time for coming out of that, impediments, all the impediments, the hurdles, or the issues that you have been facing, in the public life. So now you're going to be far away from all that, jing bang. Now you have this 12th house moon. So this might bring about taking you away from your people also, maybe overseas lands, or you will be connecting with the overseas people. You might be visiting somebody in the hospital. Also, this can be that, there are certain secret enemies that you have to work through. Somebody who's conspiring against you, you get to know. So you're discussing about all of that, with your own people, with your own core circle, your family, or maybe, some spy or somebody you will come across, and you will share all of that as well. Some secrets, you're going to be talking about. And this is also, going to be upgrading you. Expenditures are going to increase, because, when you are, when the 12th house moon transit happens, you're thinking about growth mentally, how you can, you're in your mind, you're thinking about all how you can, because the cycle is coming to an end. So you will be thinking about what all happened this month. What am I going to be doing now? What is going to be the modus operandi, in the next 27 days? So all of that is going to trigger when one's moon transits through your first house. The first house is definitely, the opposite of this. So now you're in the public, in the limelight, emotional you're going to be connecting with people. You're going to be very practical. You'll be making decisions. You'll be doing things which actually upgrade you. You're going to be actually, having the tendency to do, more for others, for emotional you. So this is what happens on the fourth letter half till the sixth first half, where Venus is in Gandanta in the seventh house, right opposite this moon. So Venus is the lord of your, the yoga karagraha, which is in Gandanta. So this is not a good period for connecting with the female counterparts at the workplace. You might have to go through a little bit of agitation, and some kind of argument can take place at the workplace this week. So watch out. Don't lose your balance and control. And your students, if you're a student, you might just be, having a transitional phase. You might be just leaving the country and going overseas. This is the time when you will be actually, meeting your potential partner. But be careful when Venus is in Kandanta. Don't make any decisions during that time in haste, because that might just fall back, or it just might just come back, or we can say there will be reversals. So there can be some care which is required here in the relationship part. Also, there is a Saturn looking at your fourth house. So this might bring about some changes, as it is third house is getting hemmed between malefics, and so is your ninth. So there is a possibility of a change any which ways, but you have to take it easy, because third house is a house of correspondence. You might just have somebody, asking you not to speak much. Somebody is telling you just lie low. So those kinds of feeling you're hearing from others. That is something which you have to deal with. But it's okay. It's just a passing phase. You have to be very careful about your shoulders, and you have to take care of your throat region, speech also. Don't be too agitated and aggressive. Also, the ninth house is hemmed between two malefics. So this is a good time to acquire knowledge. This is a good time to have faith in your guru, in your religion, and upgrade yourself. Maybe mantra chanting. If you want to do some mantra siddhi, you can do that as well. There is a possibility of some kind of short journeys this week. By the end of the week, 8th latter half till the 10th evening, you might be out, you might be traveling, but at the same time, you're not getting that kind of opportunity. You're not feeling that comfortable talking to people. It might be that you are pressurized to make some decisions which you didn't want to. Also, some signing of agreement is on cards, some signing of papers, presentation, etc., which you don't want it, which you don't want, but people want you to perform those activities which you're not actually in favor of. So it's a tug of war for you. At the same time, there is this Mars and Venus conjunction in the 8th house, right opposite the Saturn. So this might bring about some major changes related to your inheritances, your maybe, you're working through your legacies, your wills, your insurance, or some kind of pension, taxes. You're going to be working through these zones also. At the same time, this might bring about some secrets, some secret relationships, some revelations might just happen, because Mars is also the karaka for scandals. We see that the scandals, that is why 8th house, 8th sign is ruled by Mars, because that's a house of secrets. And Mars in the 8th house is equally, giving that energy. And Mars is looking at your 11th house also. So it could be your friends involved into it, or there are people who are actually, or your older sibling is involved, or maybe, somebody who is into your, in your own community, that might just backstab you. This is a good time for occult sciences, acquiring more knowledge of the metaphysical subjects. Good time for the ones who are into engineering. This is a good transit for you all in the 8th house, Mars as well as Venus there. So you will get into the depth and details of everything, and you might be, it's a good combination for the doctors, surgeons as well. Okay. So when Moon is in the 12th house, you might be performing surgery in the hospital. If you are a doctor, if you're watching me. Okay. So that's what is happening this week. I'll be making an elaborate video on Mercury's ingress in Cancer and Venus's ingress in Leo sign, and Ketu's ingress in the Chitra Nakshatra. These are all separate videos, and they have they independently play a role also in everyone's life. So I do what in weeklies, I join everything and I just bring it in front of you. So when you see Ketu in the nakshatra ruled by Mars and in the Venus's sign, so Venus and Mars are conjunct where? They're conjunct in the 8th house. So this is a very good transit for the astrologers. This is a good transit for the metaphysics. This is a good transit for the ones who are into what do you call? It's a good transit for the doctors, for the medicines, the one who are into the medicines also, medicine, or, pathology, or we can say something to do with medical sciences. So this is a good transit. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Aquarius. So for Aquarius natives, this week, moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses. 11th house transit is good for you to connect with your friends, and that's from the 3rd to the 4th, first half. So it is going to be in the 11th house, opposite Sun and Mercury, and would be affected by in trine to Rahu and Jupiter. Excuse me. And then there is a Mars and Venus also in trine to this moon. So this is a very powerful transit for you, because you're going to be having a lot of inclinations towards charity, towards moving in your community, your friends. You will have a different setup altogether now. You will realize who's who, what's happening around you. I am not going to be in this relationship. That is something that you will be thinking about when your 11th house affairs get impacted so heavily by so many planets influencing. Also, this is about your overall prosperity, your wealth, your profits, your desire fulfillment. So you're setting the goals and you're going to be achieving them also. So this is like laying the foundation period. So this is equally a very good transit for acquiring knowledge. Connect with your friends, take their help, take their advice. They might just be the guiding force in your life. And this is also a good time for childbirth. If you are thinking or waiting for procreation, this is also a very good time for spiritual pursuits, metaphysics. Also, this is a good time for the engineers, consultants, because Venus is going to be in the Kendra and Mercury is going to be in your 6th house zone. So these are all good combinations for learning more, acquiring more knowledge as well. Also, moon is going to be in your 12th house, and that's the time when you'll be confined. You want to do things which are hidden, secrets, isolation, or maybe you are going to be going in for some retreat, rejuvenation. You just don't want to be in the public, in the limelight. You're working through your presentation. Maybe there are certain gurus you'll be connecting with. You're learning more. You have an exam, so you're just isolated. All of that happens when moon is in the 12th house. It is also the house of prison. It's a house of, hospitals. It is confinement after all. It is also the house of moksha, religious pursuits. You get into that zone. That is why the bed pleasures we see from the 12th house. This is the activation of bed pleasures. It's like, you feel when you feel so powerful, and you feel so relaxed when there's an exit to your you're venting out your emotions, you're venting out your biological needs. So this is the house of 12th house is the house of renunciation, moksha. That is the reason bed pleasures are also seen from here. So you know what exactly happens after that. So you feel relaxed, you feel relieved. So that is where it is going to get active. Okay, in the 12th house. Also, there's a possibility of either or of these things getting active. So if you are a doctor, if you are an engineer, so all of that is going to be making you more involved in your project, okay, or in your surgery, or in your meeting somebody in the hospital who's in your relative is in the hospital, and you're going to be looking them up. Also, moon will be in your 1st house, that is on the 6th letter half till the 8th first half. So that is where, Saturn will be right opposite. Saturn and moon will be right opposite Mars and Venus. Then there is Sun in the trine to them. Then there is a Ketu in trine. Mercury is, I think by then going to be transiting. Yeah, Mercury is going to be transiting your 6th house though. But yes, this is a very positive time for making decisions about yourself, about your looks, about your persona, about your outlook towards people. So this is a very heavily impacted sign. So when moon transits there, your emotions actually overpower all the other planets. So it's like, whatever the planets are trying to give you right now, you're going to be receptive of all of that as well. Okay. So it's up to you, how you can utilize this rather than, just misled by the planetary configurations and not to make the best use of this configuration in the sky. Also, Venus is going to be in your 7th house. Good time to get connected with your partner. Good time to get connected with the business partner. Relationships are going to improve. You are going to be excelling in your work also. Ketu is in your 9th house, so you should acquire more knowledge. There is lack of knowledge, maybe, on the subject that you are actually, the work you are doing already. Okay, so if at all you're thinking of any kind of change in your at your workplace. Mars is looking at your 10th house. So this is a very, and Saturn is also going to be looking at your 10th house. So this is a very beautiful time for upgrading yourself, transfers, anything to do with your skills. Maybe your bosses are changing. There is a possibility of some travels related to your work because your 12th Lord and your 10th Lord are forming a connection directly. So some travels for work, some delegations coming from the overseas, and signing of agreements is also there on cards. Mars is in the 7th house. There is a formal agreement that is going to be taking place as well. And Mercury is going to be in your 6th house. So you have to take care of your health. You have to take care of your fitness regime. You have to be very cautious about the nitty-gritties, detail-oriented you. Okay, so plan your calendar and organize everything well. Okay, this is the week when you should be doing all of that. And lastly, moon will be in your 2nd house, 8th latter half till the 10th evening. So that is where it is hemmed between two malefics, and so is your 8th house, hemmed between two malefics. Saturn and Rahu here, and Mars and Ketu in the 8th house. So you have to be really careful about your financials. You might be feeling that, but this is actually, blocking the expenditure part. But you might be having some conflict with your family members. So don't get into that zone. Rather, you should do something opposite of what you're feeling. So the best is to do meditation. Whenever you're feeling that you are not, you're feeling claustrophobic in some area of life, you should do the opposite of that. And that is the counter, balancing impact. So if you are having anything to do with, your legacies, inheritance, your financials, your taxes, you're not making any good decision. So you have to be connecting with the experts now, because you're not able to make decisions. You should connect with your family. You should take their advice, take their help in making decisions. This is also a good time for student natives. Very good time, very positive time for connecting with your children, entertainment, getting involved in some amusements. You're going to be creative during this time. So use all of these and upgrade yourself, rather than just downgrading yourself. When you are having these kind of energies, you should make the best use of rather than wasting them, right? So you are getting that opportunity because your 6th house, your 8th house is getting active, your 2nd house is also getting active. So this is a wonderful, wonderful time for deciding about the hidden realms, the hidden potential of yours. Give some time, alone time, and understand yourself. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. All right. So for Pisces natives, this transit of moon is going to be in your 10th, 11th, and 12th. And lastly, the 1st house. So when it is moon's ingress in your 10th house, you will be getting connected with your, your managers, your seniors, your bosses. You're working through your name and fame, prestige, honor. A lot of work is there. You're actually going to be very busy during that time, and you're very attached to your job. You're very much into it's your passion. You're enjoying it. Okay, and as you know, there is a possibility of some change also at the workplace. Maybe the bosses are changing because we have a Jupiter and Rahu in the trine to your 10th house. So this brings about changes in your seniors and bosses, and the management changes. I've seen that happening. I've been hearing from my clients also that they come to me with Pisces rising. So that is something which is quite likely. And 10th house is also your code of conduct, how you perform at the workplace. Don't mislead others. Be the leader, and don't waste your energies on gossiping, etc. There are all sorts of people, right? So good reading is also there, and there is some negative reading also attached to this, because moon is the one which is not moon is actually the thief also. It's a thief because he took away Jupiter's wife, Brihaspati's wife, Tara. So abducted her, in fact, or influenced her, or just she was attracted to him, as we say, the story goes. So we have to be very careful about moon's ingress in any of the houses, in the horoscope, and we don't have to fall prey to the emotions. That is why moon rules our emotions, because it actually maneuvers us, manipulates us also. So be careful, don't get carried away by what others are saying. Be the leader and do your work and just follow your dharma. That's what is required in the dharma trikona when moon is ingressing. And this is also a good time to get connected to your seniors, your bosses, the position that you're longing for. You can just ask for it. You have to strive for it and you will get it. Moon is going to be in your 11th house, and that is happening from the 4th letter half till the 6th first half opposite Venus. Venus is in Gandanta. So this is not a good time to propose the girl you're dating or the boy you're dating. Okay, so wait, this is not the right time to get involved in any kind of relationship because Venus is in Gandanta and Venus is our relationship, love, romance. So this might just bring about some lack of connectivity in the society and community. You move around in your friendship. It's best to donate something, get involved in some NGO, with some NGO or some charitable institute, and you will feel better. But this is not the right time to propose the person because, you will have only, dissatisfaction. You will not be actually, you will get disheartened by that. So the best is to just relax and, just let it go. And for investment purpose also, this is not the right week. Because Mercury will be transiting through. When Mercury transits through your 5th house, that is when you can think of, and Venus will be transiting from your 5th house. So Mercury will be looking at your 11th house. So that is happening from the 8th to the 25th of July. So that is positive. Any which ways it's positive because your 4th and the 7th lord is going to be in the 11th, in your 5th house and looking at your 11th. So very good for investments. So wait, Lilo. Also, your 7th and your 1st house, they are hemmed between two malefics, that is Jupiter, Saturn, and here Mars and Ketu are there. So you have to be careful in your relationship. You have, because the 1st house is the projected image of the 7th and the vice versa. So whatever you are thinking, it's the reflection which is falling on from this on the 7th house. So if you are having any trouble in your life, definitely the spouse, the partner, or the business partner, the life partner, they get impacted, or the people, as a matter of fact, you move around it. So you're feeling that there is a lack of positive energy between the relationship. So you have to work through it better so that you can perform better, you can have a better relationship and a healthy relationship. Mars is transiting your 6th house, Saturn is also looking, Rahu is also looking. So this is not a good combination, which is indicative of an agreement. It's like break in agreement more. So litigation, loans, diseases, all of that will get enhanced. So be careful of all of that when the 6th house is getting impacted by so many negative grahas. Thankfully, Jupiter is also looking, so that's a big time saving grace. You can have that support system also. Maybe, some guru, some teacher, some elderly person in the family will support, and you will not be getting in that zone of breaking away from each other. So that relationship will sustain. It can. So hook around to the positive energy and then move on. So just wait for some time, let Rahu leave the zone and transit your 1st house. Things will definitely, you will get clarity about it also. Also, Mercury is going to be transiting out of your 4th and will be in, because Mercury is forming the Panchamaharpurusha Yoga, as you can see now, it's going to be leaving that and it's going to be transiting your trinal house, house of Cancer this month. So this is the time when, you will be good with the children, good for education purpose also. And this is also a good time for creativity, your communication skills, and also following your heart, your hobbies, entertainment, and also good for investments, as I said. So this week looks good overall. It's just that you have to make the best use of the negative energies also, that you're experiencing, because negatives will only help you come out of the problems and look for solutions. Only then you will be able to experience the good times, right? So when you will experience the bad times, only then you can understand the worth of the good times, isn't it? They both go hand in hand. If the wheel of life is up, it can come down anytime. So never ever waste when the wheel of time is upwards, because that's the time we forget. It just passes quickly. So we have to actually make the best use of the good and the bad times both. So when it is bad times, study more, enhance yourself, upgrade yourself. I keep repeating this because it is something which everybody should actually do. Everybody should follow this. All right. Have a great week, everyone. Have a great Venus is ingress and Mercury is ingress in signs, and Ketu and Sun in the nakshatras. And have a great Guru Purnima. Thank you so much, and wishing you all a happy Guru Purnima. Om Tat Sat.